Good morning, I'm Mendy Roth, and I'll be doing a read aloud today on the book The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn, illustrated by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. Has any of you ever experienced sadness when you have to leave your mom or your dad when you go to school, or maybe Sunday school, or when you have to leave them at all? That sadness that you feel? Well, this book is about a little raccoon who was sad that he had to leave his mom when he went to school. So let's read the book together, and I'll stop and we'll talk about the book as we read. The Kissing Hand. This book is dedicated to Stephanie, Rebecca Corn, and children everywhere who love to be loved. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you'll love school once you start. You'll make all kinds of new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Stop right there and ask, why did she say your nights at school and your days at home? Does anybody know? Somebody tell me when raccoons are busy. Are they busy in the daytime or are they busy at night? That's right, they're busy at night. Nocturnal animals are busy at night and they sleep during the day. And a raccoon is busy at night, so he goes to school at night and sleeps during the day. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret?" he said. "What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand." "The Kissing Hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silly black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you.' And that very special kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she said. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." How many of you knew that raccoons wash their food before they eat it? They do. Just like you wash your hands before you eat, raccoons wash their food too. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school, and he looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and an "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Why is Chester happy now? He seems to be excited about going to school. Do you think it's because now he knows that even though he can't see his mother, he feels her? He did the same thing for his mom, because even when we're sad when we have to leave our moms are just as sad to leave their babies. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter the school. And as the hoot owl rang the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And there's his school with all his friends. I love you. I hope you enjoyed the book, and thank you for listening.